going to have 4 breakout rooms. One of the categories are core academics. Another is student support services. The third is enhanced educational opportunities. And the fourth is non-instructional student support services.
I'm going to invite one of the bigger items that I see on there is English as a new language teacher. And that's something that I think maybe Marcia can talk to a little bit because I think there's some new requirements for that. It's part of our staffing for this year, coming year.
Well, the requirements were new almost 3 years ago now. So we're asking for additional staff at the high school and at the middle school. The middle school so that the teacher can be available for teaming and they can be assigned to a grade level. We have a higher impact of students that are coming. And at the high school, we're asking for an additional ENL teacher so that the teacher can be assigned across the areas, 9th, 10th, and 11th, 12th grade as well. At the elementary, Westmere Elementary is our highest population of L's with 91. So at Westmere, we need additional help because currently this year we have 4 teachers and a TA. We're asking for 4 teachers and a half-time teacher next year. It's the cost equivalent of a full-time TA.
And it's my understanding that this is our largest growing subpopulation in the district, is that correct?
300% in the last 10 years.
So in the budget, there's unassigned positions that, as an administrative team, we watch that fluctuation of enrollment over the summer. There's a process where we can then request some unassigned teachers or portions of teachers depending upon the enrollment. Last year it's at the K-5 level, but even at our level, we had to request a 0.4 out of that unassigned to meet our foreign language needs. Those foreign language needs haven't changed, so what you'll see here in the FMS Spanish teachers, that 0.4 is really just a carryover from the unassigned bank last year that we still need.
As we prepare for 10th grade next year, we have a little bit of a bubble going forward, and under our current configuration, we would not be able to meet the needs of one section's worth of kids, and it's really imperative that we have a point to be able to best meet the needs of all the kids as we reconfigure for a more inclusive 10th grade global history program at the high school.
Just for everyone's information, we currently have 3 occupational therapists who are licensed and registered, and 3 OTAs who work under the direction of our occupational therapist. The licensed registered OTs are the only ones who can do evaluations, have to sign off on all our Medicaid, and have to supervise OTAs. So that takes time out of their schedule as well. So when looking across all of our services in the district, our IEPs only mandate 3.5 providers. So we're still going to be maintaining 5 providers to maintain the flexibility of RTI to consult with teachers. And that collaborative week is for a variety of things. It is for consultation with teachers, with parents, for seeing students in different venues, and also can be used for evaluations as needed. So given that, I'm confident we'll be maintaining all of our IEP services, given that they only require 3.5 providers district-wide.
I'm very glad to see teaching assistants being put back in and added back on that last page. Any more teaching assistants we can go back in any capacity is phenomenal. I'll even say 2 things, so there you go. The focus, I know there's been a lot of talk about the focus program at 3 or 4 meetings and the cuts that are happening that and the importance of having the parent piece, and also it seems like this will help with that. So, any support we can give to our kids.
I agree. I
That's
would
fantastic.
with the teacher assistants because this year at Altamont, we had kindergarten classes with 24 kids each. We started with the 3 hours. We advocated for another hour and a half, which we got.
So at the elementary and the middle school level, for example, music and art, and these are state requirements, so they're Part 100 regs, and so children are required to have X amount of class time per week. And so that's how these little parts and pieces are scheduled, why I'm sharing people around the district. In the high school, it's entirely different, and it's by student recommendation request. So at this point, all of our 10th through 12th graders for next year have entered their requests in the system, so you can call it up and see who's asking for which
Right.
class. And they're almost have all the 9th graders in there, and based on that, we'll decide how many sections of everything runs, and that a full year class is a .2, and a half year class is a .1, and that's how it gets scheduled. Anybody want to add?
And
to
we'll
that?
offer, at the high school, we'll offer many classes for students to choose from, knowing not all of them are going to run. But we give as many options as we can, and then as Dr. Hirschenart was saying, then we'll look at those student requests, and the ones that have the most, we're going to go with that. We're going to address the needs of as many kids as we possibly can.
Enrollment plays an enormous
Yeah.
factor, so if you have a varied enrollment one year, and then you have larger enrollment the next year, then you're gonna have an increase, obviously. At the elementary level for our program, if there's one grade level teacher, there's going to be one art section for that. There might be additionally more for the music, there might be more for phys ed, because the state requires that they have more time. At the middle school, if there's one section of homeroom, there's gonna be one section of art. At the high school, it completely changes.
Co-curricular clubs and activities involve activities that fall outside of the typical curricular program that occurs during the school day. And we have the district level, a co-curricular review committee, and that's comprised of district level administrators, building administrators, teachers, and all of us are vested in taking a look at what clubs and activities are provided and offered to our kids. At the building level, and I'm at the middle school, a club or activity might already exist from previous years, or we might have a student come into my office and say, I'd like to start a new club. And we have a process for each of those things. The clubs that tend to stick around year after year are those clubs that we've supported financially with a stipend. That allows the teacher to basically make a commitment from year to year, because that commitment's really honoring the expertise and dedication they're devoting to being an advisor over a long period of time.
And generally, those that we decide to fund have already been running unfunded through volunteer for about 2 years.
So we don't have the specifics right now, and the way that we're looking to do this is to provide additional learning opportunities for children outside of the regular classroom instruction based on, probably interest, aptitude, skill level, that type of thing. What we have right now, as you know, is 2 6-week programs that run for about 90 minutes in the fall, and another 90-minute session over 6 weeks in the spring. And that's only for our 4th to 5th grade students. And what we're looking to do, and this would be obviously through some kind of combination of instructional time during the day as well as after school blocks of time potentially, look at the possibility of providing learning opportunities to extend educational experiences outside of what the classroom teachers currently provide through the curriculum that is taught every day. Yes, there would come at students having to leave the classroom, if that's the concern I'm hearing.
No.
Okay. But it would be dependent upon those students to obviously determine where the work was that they had missed and how they would make that work up, through conversation and a plan made up with their classroom teachers.
As a taxpayer, that 15 grand can easily be funneled into other places. It is a piece of equipment in our school district that is part of a program in our school district, and we need to maintain it somehow. That price for that scoreboard, that is us, that is the maintenance staff actually doing the installation. Okay. That's just straight
No,
up.
no, and I think that,
scoreboard. So we
but
would,
I also think that, and that would be fine, but I think that the Booster Club could pay for that.
The Booster Clubs do provide support for a lot of equipment, materials, and supplies for athletic teams, but they pick and choose in terms of what they want to support. Right now, we're looking at the scoreboard being a key feature of our athletic program. In the past, it's had a lot of issues with breakdowns, untimely breakdowns, sometimes middle of games, and things don't work. Spent a lot of money on repairs. It's very old. scoreboard. So it does need to be replaced. We have had good support from our booster club in the past, but we're seeing this one as one that's maybe a little bit out of their reach and that we need to pick up as a district to make sure it gets done so that it's there for next season and we do have a reliable working scoreboard.